got to realise that this government is at present pushing through a law to criminalise any criticism of Islam. This case is largely about what we've said about Islam. The government doesn't want us saying it. Well, I'm going to say it yet again. The Islamification of this country is a menace. It threatens all our freedoms, all our democracies, all our traditions. We can either have democracy or Islam, and the British National Party chooses democracy. All right. All right, see you later on. But I'd just like to particularly thank all the people who came to the court today. Really tremendous British National Party turnout. When Mark and myself were being interviewed by the press, all that we could hear was our people chanting our support and freedom, 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 and the scum across the road couldn't hear what they were saying at all. So job really well done from our people. Thank you very much. We've got a new date. We're back for the Pleas and Directions hearing, which is actually in the Crown Court. It's getting serious now, on the 21st of July. After that, we'll then get dates for the rest of it. We're looking still at an actual trial at the tail end of this year, perhaps the beginning of next. But I hope to see plenty of people there again on July the 21st. And then the big one is going to be the day that the actual trial starts. We want that to be the biggest weekday demonstration the British National Party has ever had. So the hearing on the 21st of July, we want a good turnout there. I really do appreciate people coming, so does Mark. But the one we want a massive turnout for is the actual first day of the trial, which will be sometime later in the autumn. So please keep at least one day's annual leave free for that, so you can get there and help us make it the biggest daytime demonstration, week-time demonstration the British National Party has ever had. It's really important. Yet again today, it was only a procedural hearing, nothing of any importance whatsoever, but there was national press there. By the time it actually comes to full trial, this is going to be probably the trial of the year, actually, out of anything else that happens. It's going to give us a tremendous opportunity to get our case across, and most important of all, whatever happens, whether Mark and I get sent down, whether the case gets thrown out, whether we're found not guilty, whatever happens is going to really propel into the public's imagination the fact that the British National Party talks about the issues, particularly of immigration, the failure of multiculturalism, and the creeping Islamification of this country. And we don't just talk about these things a little bit at election times like the Conservative Party does. We talk about it whenever it needs talking about, whatever the cost. We're prepared to go to prison for talking about the threat to the people and the future generations of this country. That's something which is going to get into the heads of the British public, and one day it's going to stand us in very good stead indeed. I was talking to some of our supporters inside the pub where we met afterwards, and I was saying that the closest analogy that I can think of to what we're doing now, getting into the public's head the fact that we're the ones who are serious on this issue, we're the ones prepared to go to prison to talk about this issue. The closest analogy you can come up with is the position that Winston Churchill was in the 1930s, when he was saying there's going to be a war with Nazi Germany, there's going to be a war with Nazi Germany, and everybody thought he was mad. When finally a war came, and we're fundamentally opposed to any brothers' wars with our fellow white Europeans, but that's a totally different story. The simple political fact is, when the war came, there was only one man the British people wanted, and that was Winston Churchill, because he'd warned, at some personal cost, for years and years this was going to be a problem. In those days, people thought he was fixated about it. I tell you, people don't think we're fixated about it. They just think that we're right, and we're putting that marker down with the public that this is the issue that's going to matter in the future. We're the ones who told the truth. We're the ones prepared to go to prison if necessary to keep on telling the truth. One day, that fact is going to carry us into power.
Thank you very much, Nick.
Okay, thanks a lot.